Hello, welcome back to the channel. Today we are going to be looking at the Bucklite 355. Now this will be a smaller version of the Bucklite 360. In 1998, Buck will come out with the Bucklite Multitool, and this will again be a smaller version. Now there is an even smaller version of this Bucklite, which will actually be very distinguishable in that it has no wire cutters. So that's how you'll be able to tell that it is the smallest Buck multi-tool. That was, I guess it's sort of controversial to this day. Some people say on such a small multi-tool you don't need wire cutters, where some people still like that option. But the Bucklite multi-tool it does have, it looks like about 4 functions on each side. Now, again, a caveat with this, you cannot buy this new from the store. When you buy this tool, you need to be very careful that everything is in great condition, because nothing can be replaced. Everything is riveted. So essentially this can't be fixed unless you really want to grind down these rivets, replace things, re-rivet it. You basically need to machine it yourself if anything on this is broken, unfortunately. So on this multi-tool, the description was not exactly accurate, so I am returning this multi-tool, but I wanted to do a review of it before and give you a rundown of the Bucklite 355. So on the end here, again, this is in used condition, so we find on this model, actually the pliers do not meet very well at the end. We have the wire cutters, and then on this one, the handles work all right, but again, they're not exactly inspiring confidence. Look at this handle flex. So that is just what I've come to expect from the Buck multi-tools. And you'll review that even brand new, they sort of come like that. That's just how they're designed, unfortunately, just how they are. So we do find, let's see, well, actually there is, it looks like a ruler of sorts with no markings on the side, I guess. Oh, there are some markings. Okay. So on here, there are some markings. That's a little different. You actually have the ruler markings up here. So anyway, and then this definitely is a little different how it folds up and folds out. Now on this one, it is going to be non-locking. So on the 360, the big brother, it actually is locking, but on the Bucklite tool, it's non-locking. So on this side, we have several screwdrivers, and they are a little difficult, more difficult to get out. Not too bad, but just a little bit more difficult. And we have, I believe that was supposed to be a can opener, and fortunately that was broken off, and then the knife was broken off as well. And that's something I did not see in the description. There was no pictures of that. So unfortunately, a knife serrated, and then a straight edge blade on the end should be there with all these screwdrivers, and then I believe it is a can opener on that side. So on the other side, what we find is we find the file. Now the file is a 3-sided file with medium and finer coarse, and then the file edge at the bottom. And then we find here we have got, it looks like an awl of sorts and a Phillips screwdriver plus a lanyard hook as well, which is almost, I guess I was able to get that out there. I was going to say almost impossible to get out. So these do, well, not so much. Let's see. They're not extremely tight in there. Sometimes, like on Leatherman, the Bond, even though there's no lock, they still do a fairly good job. But this, I have to say, maybe it's just the age, but it's not extremely tight in the lock. So let's put all these tools down, see if that helps. It does help a little bit, but still you've got that back and forth there. It's not too bad. So it's a little bit better when just one tool's out at a time. So let's go ahead and do a comparison between the Bucklite 355 and the 360. So you definitely see that the 360 is a little bit of a wider tool. As far as the depth, they're about the same thickness. And here's another shot between the two sizes. And let's bring in the SOG Paratool. So the 355 again is going to be small, or it's not going to be as wide rather. And then the thickness is going to be about the same. So I have to say on both these buck tools, I have come to appreciate the SOG Paratool far more than I thought I would. So when I originally got the SOG Paratool, the side over here was very loose, but thankfully because it has these adjustable bolts here, I was able to tighten it up and get rid of the flex. And I could even use a thread lock if I wanted to, or a thread locking compound, but I haven't done that yet, and it's actually holding up pretty good. So I'm actually appreciating this a lot more. On this side down here, again, you can undo the implements, you can add, you can put in new ones, different ones if you like. So I actually am enjoying the SOG Paratool a lot more than I thought I would. And I actually recommend if you want an older style multi-tool that has a different opening system than like some of the Leathermans just for your collection, I definitely would recommend the SOG over the buck tools in that you cannot do anything. So to these, they're riveted in again unless you want to do extensive repair. So if you buy a buck multi-tool, make sure it's in very pristine condition. You'll still have the handle flex, but make sure everything is in like perfect condition if you want to add it to your collection and not be disappointed by broken tools. All right, well, I hope you've enjoyed this review. Like, subscribe, and we've got a lot more videos coming up in the future.